Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of Pass and Move, your number one soccer podcast in the land. Hey, mbona nikhulume with belief.
As we believe in the reference, yeah.
Number one soccer podcast in the land. Brought to you by, now, I'm Kadiso Media Bantu was. Njengobona siphahliwe zimpuphu.
Lipins go.
Brought to you by our partners, proudly our partners, Benaya Foods. Benaya Foods, as we always say, they are located at 15240 Kelvin West, opposite the Mondela Beer Garden, Gobulawayo. They also have got supermarkets. There's one Gobulawayo, which is at Chabalala Shop number 1, People's Market, Machipisa behind Zesa, at Chabalala, just near Chabalala Revenue Wall. Then there is one in Gwanda, SCA Pambili Complex, opposite New Police Camp. These are our partners, Benaya Foods.
Yeah, bathe bantingela lokudla kwezinja budas.
Kuyafiwa.
Kwezinja sikhona.
But the beans, they're in process of making popcorn, amatemba.
Dried foods, yeah.
Popcorn, matemba. There's a third one that's also coming. Yeah, yeah. Lamaputi.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, amaputi, amatemba, popcorn. Arola, they are coming out soon. Balimpupu nje ubona 10 kgs, 20 kgs, 5 kgs, 50 kgs.
$27 kuphela.
Yeah, very kuyafiwa. Benaya Foods, our partners. This week's show kuyafiwa. This week's show moment into eziningi bro. A lot happened.
I think mnazimphambaniza lapha ngendlela esihlala ngayo. Singaqasa ukuthi khona acquisition yakho Scotland singakhuluma shop eScotland la sesiyazibona sikhamba amakho bra
Uthi singamba amakho
asihamba amakho but now man this is a podcast we have to call things out for what it is
as it is bro.
Awuchaza right now I feel sorry for Emos though. I understand the energy abakhuluma ngayo last week lapha bekhala ukuthi abakempa abangakempiyo sebekempa abanjani sebenjani. It's beautiful to see players being rewarded. It's crazy, like we said, crazy.
As mbone igame eHarare City mbona onye kuyiclip highlights Scotland versus Harare City. No, that's bad for our football. That's bad for our football. From the highlights you could see ukuthi there is something that's not right.
Yeah, but when I problem with the way Ukraine delay is happening, and now Wicknell has entered the picture. And
Mtala,
I'm going to Ukraine with Wicknell.
There was Wicknell, but the biggest
even Lenny Simba Pora, Ndoro, like Pindo Welo Scott.
Winner.
And as when Wicknell entered the conversation, I am challenging them. Wicknell, instead of Aquas to players. What's the point of Aqua players Aqua, but they're not turning the ground?
You see now, you see where the problem is.
I feel they has to go to.
They're playing in a dusty pitch.
It's not making sense, man.
There is no proper pitch, but they're investing wrongly.
Can you invest in something in development? Something is in the structure, something in the game development for the future. Something for his kids. Guy has got young kids.
But
they get into a development facility.
But you're just saying it's good for the players.
Right now.
Yeah, it's good for the players, but
right now.
Sifuna kube Karesi lizwala ground. Ukhona nakwanza ukufaka amalo kuzini ama-bucket seats.
But even if sikhuluma ukuthi ngabe thandi iScotland.
Erufaro bakwazi
abafake yona iScotland ibe lama facility.
Yes. Ibe the proper pitch like iYada.
Even njengeyada.
Yeah.
There's a slight difference
between those 2 years.
Because Omakaya has got his own stuff, but he's got his own stuff. He's got ground, he's got a hotel, he's got this, he's doing this. It's different. And I feel
he's investing in infrastructure. Yeah, no one will tell you what to do with your man.
I feel like we need to stop grandstanding. Like I said from the start, we cannot grandstand here. Let's fix the small things. Because those are the human resources that actually pull the teams. Directors can't play football. The footballers can play football. But
I know they will argue. And say everything they are sorted because it seems like Scotland is sorted. But you know where my worry is? My worry is when I look at the opposition that's playing Scotland now. That's where my worry is. As I'm saying, Mbona highlights lawa. Mtala On goal yakho uyibonile.
Like you should see this, the own goal. Classic own goal.
Hayi,
But
mta.
I'll check it out later. But from the way you're disappointed,
Now
I'm like,
I understand the team lani nothondia.
we're not
Why
really
they
see
suspended some of their players.
Yeah, but I like one thing. As ungani kuyabhetha nje. I like one thing. I respect one thing. Scott is doing and showing clubs how it's supposed to be. Someone tweeted, imagine you're playing for Dynamos, you haven't been paid for 2 months, and you're watching our players of Division 1 and told them $2,000.
Hey, mtala.
We do not motivate our players enough, man.
This is what
salary guy, $500.
that's what we've been saying. I think like Scott made any announcement ekhuluma nama players, club players ayibona isithi ungeke ucompare umuntu ohola 50
Yeah.
versus thina. So kungaba nzima njani ukuthi nalihlole 5.
Bona behola
Nalihola imali serious.
motivation.
Ule motivation.
Imagine
Even if there is something behind the scenes. I saw uyibone because motivation ama players yakhe.
Unowadlala ibhola some of these leagues. Uyakubona ukuthi imotivation engaka uDivision 1. Imotivation engaka it's good. It's what we're supposed to see at Highlanders. Wakuthi sinika abafana abamali eningi. No. You never get into the pitch and play that game. Nxa ulokhu uzentomba umduwa kunguLinoth ngubani singabathethisa ngabachingela sithi simatherisini, but
they're not motivated
enough. We can't expect Islanders at Dynamos to compete in the league.
Take the very same player umhambise ku Scotland manje. They will die on the pitch.
Bring the same man who need.
They will die on the pitch.
They will die on the pitch.
They will die on the pitch. Put us.
Isikhathi yabona this series lana ngibhalayo lana history. You know, sabona transition from semi-professional football to professional football. I-problem lokho esiku-stuck ukuthi khona ibhura labo Boyindlovu ukuthi kwawudlala uqale usebenze download. Ele passion. No, it's done, man. Football is commercial.
Yeah.
We need to give the boys
imali. Now commercial.
Awulaza uthola imali eningi. Yabona ka sama salary endle that's what 50.
Mtale eSaudi
100.
Kede Saudi.
Wena susithi khona sinika abafana $500 a month sikhona bazadlala i-championship. Kodwa lapha uyaqhuma esiya ku training uhamba gadle ngabuya ku training akula lunch akula breakfast akula ma meals akula lutho, then you expect them to win the championship.
Usugaba abantu abapromise ama akho.
Usicaba ngomunye from $2,000 for winning a match.
Yes.
Winning bonus.
Hey.
I-caps i Dynamos hasn't paying. The caps I think the issue.
Ama players are striking.
No strike. The caps like the issue ama strike. Islanders is fine, they've got better brands, but why stop at better brands?
Better brands uScott futhi.
I don't want.
Scotland better brands.
We just need to in as much as I feel what they're doing is dangerous. I feel it's the same thing. Ukuthi bakwenze sebegijimisa i-goal difference. Yani ngayi 15 or something.
Moz win a 5. But you know the funny thing is Moz win a 5.
Lawa win a 3. So it's gone up to 11.
Moz win a 5 over the weekend. And Scotland ngawina ama games asele leliyana 3 points yabe yabane bangena ama points. So goal difference yabe ngasela. But what I'm saying is be point emfuke ukuthi iMoz may win a 5. Scott can argue and say so iMoz lithi ithengi. Because everyone is saying Scotland is bribing the opposition.
It leaves a lot to be desired into one corner. You start asking questions like, things happen in Jaharesi.
We know things happen.
Not on item team, not on United, not the other team. Not on suspended like 7 members of their team.
Yeah, because they suspected
officials for suspected
bribery. Match fixing.
I want to swallow my issues, Angel. But as far as the bright side of it, Scott, if you can motivate, I want to see. Right now, there should be companies out there saying, "You know what? If Scott can do it,
we can also do it."
Islanders with Dynamos and start pushing the same,
pushing
the same, motivating players. Because I feel my companies are not playing ball enough. My companies are corporate, especially my corporate in this basic, cooking oil.
Bena.
Yeah.
Bena is setting an example. Yeah.
But if you're looking at Intos Lua everything, Intos cooking oil, Intos Lua everything is chill. Those companies are supposed to be somewhere within. Because the competition is brutal.
Exactly.
What poop are you eating? And the
Pena is coming.
We're now changing perspective.
Yeah.
So we need to come up with those companies should be somewhere near or somewhere in between. I want to quiet at least that is support because I want to pay my it's fashionable.
And if FIFA is a keeper, I think keep it. Yes, FIFA keep it quite important, but they were doing quite a lot.
Yes. Because really was a customer about
exactly.
But we are lacking in terms of the sponsorship blend. We call it partnerships.
Yeah, partners.
Partnerships and strategic partnerships with footballing teams. Siyasalela.
Kakhulu.
Because like kumele win PP.
Ola mandla.
PP cup. Fueling into ihamba every day. Kule
Chibataura. La mandla. Yes.
Those everyday commodities in football.
Yes, they were there. Back in the days. I think maybe back in the days ibhora maybe izifa yakudala yayisebenza the PSL to market the game to corporate zingazi manje.
I feel at times the corporates are now being run by people who are not well versed. We don't have the best of the brains running our marketing. We are going to market and they're getting tired. It's no longer the same as back in the day.
And ungakhangela into ikhuluma if uzama compare ukhayile bo Zambia. Ungacheck ama-billboard lana ase-ground ucheck ama-teams. There is a huge difference. Zimbabwe songathiwa seku-1976.
Yeah, the economy might be tough, but you still sell. You need to sell.
You need to sell, bro. At the end of the day.
12 million people. 12 million.
Mdala.
I saw 15.
Ungabona thina esesilanda 3,000 subscribers. Sesile benaya. It tells you something. And people within our community are now starting to ask questions. What is Benaya? Who is Benaya? Abantu abasibukela.
Yeah.
Imagine if we grow big.
We get
because we're growing.
Increase our friends.
You understand? Anyway, back to Lokuzin. We did Chibuku over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's Saturday.
Every day.
with Chibuku Super Cup Saturday between Ngezi and Simba. It seems it was quite an interesting game.
It was an interesting game because it went to what?
2-2. It went to penalties.
It came back in Simba to actually save the game.
Because I think Ngezi was leading 1-0, 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2. Then it went to... Then just as extra time in Zimbabwe.
Aye.
Start
the game.
So, but into the Bora, it should be 90 minutes, then 30 minutes extra time, then penalties. No way should I couldn't after Bora. I think psychologically, Uber rate one corner, just straight after Lokuzin. In 90 minutes, you're going to penalties. So many charity shield.
Yeah, we always have the same problem. We fail to item. We really fail to coordinate game play, even to sell my tournaments. So I am a penalties. I want my young warriors are penalties.
They lost.
Ngezi, is it? Championship.
Yes. The Dynamos.
They went out on
calf penalty Dynamos.
We're failing because we don't play. We don't take extra time. We have no endurance for extra time.
You understand?
Ngambi AFCON, get one players angayaziyo extra time into enjani.
It's bad for football. I think they have to look into that seriously.
Because if you look at Kemilani Chicken in
the Yata. Yes.
Chicken was on the ascendance.
You understand? Extra time. Yeah, winner on extra time. This is exactly what I'm saying. Because my penalty is a lot, bro. You understand? So whoever who's lucky on that day.
But you expect it to team as Bob penalty because they're just used to going to penalties.
Because after if we draw penalties after.
What does practice a penalty? Then they won't end up.
Then Sunday, Dynamos.
I'm happy to see by Ashley.
Anyway, a lot of people are happy.
They deserve to lose.
About they say actually finally podcast. Simba justice was finally.
It was justice.
But justice prevailed.
That's not professional.
So about where Island are they are happy with Simba finally lost, but the justice prevailed.
Yeah, I feel so, man.
Then on a Sunday,
we're emotional. Snataman's the city council, so there's no way I support a kona lokuze ye mondoro ngezi.
Unajibula city council.
City council. Then I mona reverse was boss city council.
So yes, the full sponsor saman. Omi scoop sa kanda slalud.
Yeah, we keep. Every square inch matters.
Yeah.
This days we had cheese as our nata.
Yeah, we had cheese.
That's just when I sponsor someone's shop. Hey, machitaba lamanzi.
Ama refreshments just to say.
You can just call it lokuzeni. Konapo ama contacts na
then Sunday. Dynamos la futhi went through on penalties. Went through on penalties.
And it came back. Mina lapha ngakhala lokuyibukela game la I was like, nah, Dynamos is happy.
Hey, when I didn't think ufunda bana busithi uthi Dynamos idliwe.
Bese Dynamos idliwe.
Ngathi hayi Dynamos win ama-penalty.
But yeah, it's good. At least Dynamos final for the second season.
Second season in a row. I think it's the reverse fixture last season.
So
Chibuku Super Cup. Dynamos and Ngezi. Dynamos anti winner.
Vele umnyama vele ngabe kunye Simba Pori behle qualify automatically.
Anti Simba phela singagcina ngakhiranga la Simba.
Yona into enzakele lana. What I like is ama-fixtures were supposed to go ahead. There were 2 games. We can't say it's a Chibuku Cup weekend. Kule makema u2. Those semi-finals could have been played on Saturday and Sunday.
I know. I think Chan also played.
Mbano ngekho Chan.
Utapera Mzwang.
Oh, ekhala ama-players. Alright, probably Chan might have played. But
speaking about Chan.
But mina ngukuthi kona if Simba Poran, they knew if they play they playing cup and Platinum plays Ilokuzeni.
Exactly.
League goes 3 points
and
behind.
wins. Yes.
And
it was going to be tricky.
It was going to be tricky.
It was going to be
with the crazy things that have been happening this season. Fixturing.
Besaba the photo finish mtana.
Fixturing Chibuku, that's what makes me feel to that's why Ilokuzeni. Simba Pora seems to be having favorable weekends. And I feel like why is we did because they're supposed to come and play me.
Because I'm program
you can't stop.
Why stop? Because I don't think you stop with 3 or more players.
But naturally, cup weekend I will
and that Chan thing
early rounds.
But you know what? That I mean I'm with you Utapir. That Chan thing is not FIFA sanctioned.
But Aslama games we are not able. When Chan Way comes in, our players are international. This is UK cricket.
And it's for local. It's for
Chan
is for locals. Yeah.
It's protecting local players. It's giving them much competition and giving them a chance to get into bigger leagues. Right, Chan. The Coco Safa Eco sanction.
Sikonabo team selection. Michael is going to that Chan thing.
I feel Michael is still learning the league. He's a smart guy. He's just letting things happen. He didn't take the Eco Bruce item, take Cleland Pants. He's learning. And whoever is thinking they are still influencing team selection for him is buying time. He's smart.
I think because kulo muntu omfake enye ingqondo ebengelayo kusase ku selection uthi there is a guy odlala ku division 1 I think ekhwekho bambone nga but into eChan yana ngani kulo umuntu ofuna ukuthengisa ama players
that's the problem
but selection but ngani kulo unye corruption okukhona okwenzakalayo
you understand ngoba Dynamos singasamaziyo ohamba kwaFcon walokhu uzuza uSkara ngama offside uSkara chaye offside trap inadlalisa umuntu onside uSkara songani ngakwazi ukuvala
uyabona into yena le yikho okuyenza ukuthi singayiphambili endlala ngikhala ngakho let's choose people on merit sibe kwazi ukuthi because there are a lot of players I believe ku league but they could have picked maybe one from each team PSL
lo muntu othekora but bakobana squad is na player at Dynamos
because Vano look at this Prince Prince way sub under 20 was selected
it's dangerous not having a player at the Islanders as the political climate in football is right now.
But what I'm saying is let's pick people on merit. We've got a lot
but they're youngsters, I'm players. There's like 3-4 senior players.
Yeah, because Michael needs to understand the philosophy. Ubafaka graduate, ama youngsters. It's good though, but
now we are talking because he bailed out Zimbabwe for certain number of games, even in Zambia.
And what can I say? Squad is an overall.
Yeah, and I went to because he was influential and was. I think it will help him to play under a coach who actually has got a different mindset from a club coach. Under a European coach for a bit, I found a different dynamic. You get certain nuggets of wisdom from having a player, from a coach like Michael. What we've seen from Michael so far, I think it will help him enough. And it won't be surprising to find a Prince squad. If he shines properly, no matter 3-0, he can find himself in that Kunama Archie knowledge Msona X a short time. And want to come as a one.
And obeying futhi kulokuzini ku line up yena lana ephumlezo but losing to Eswatini 3-0
and that Luka uklamba yena Luka
but ulokuzini ucoach weSwatini
nguluka phela enza mxotshe
yes samxotshe 3-0
yeah 3-0 Azithe sithi 1-0 like nah. 2-0 like
So nje
okay.
i-league eswatini ile ama-player angcono by far kule.
It depends. Thina we selected abafana and some of these players are not players actually. Uchirinda is leading the line that way.
Ama-seasoned.
Ama-seasoned
Chirinda
players,
ama-seasoned players,
So
bro.
we are-
So I was expecting better because we've got seasoned
it doesn't
players.
matter even if we're playing the under 23s.
Whoever we're playing from
I
Eswatini.
don't expect it to lose at 3-0.
Hayi, from Eswatini, no.
1-0 njengalana wale Lesotho makes sense, but 3 is too much.
3 is too much.
It's way too much.
It's
I,
too
I,
much.
I wasn't impressed. And the next game it's Orlando.
Slan.
I think it's Swatini. I'm not sure. It should be Swatini.
Ah,
And see home. So it's away.
ngithe ngikhayela isquad sakho nabo nti but ukuthi abafana ngani basizinto abomsebe labana lolokhu zini umrwirena lwana umrwira phela uyadlala futhi proper squad. Yeah, he was the captain.
Oh yeah, he has to be.
So you
I don't think it was necessary to bring Courtney to the squad.
Umuntu as long as mdala udlala kule sene squad phuma ngapha
Because
kuchana.
that's what I thought ngombeba uthi umbeba wakho badlala ngani. Lesi squad lesi, to be honest, we will captain at least umdu.
You understand?
But is
abangadlaliyo abangakwaniyo,
but who are in the fringes of
ungena. Yes, it made sense. Then my Tourists,
yeah, 3
they won yesterday. They lost first game
as usual.
but as my Tourists angeke ibe harsh kakhulu because I'm seeing what Quincy is trying to do.
I watched the Friday game in Mozambique.
The one that we lost 1-0.
Yeah,
how was it?
It wasn't convincing. It was practically an own goal. But it was okay. It was second half we were actually better. I'm actually surprised we didn't have enough shots on target. That's another problem.
I'm happy they won yesterday.
Yeah, they had to win, and winning convincingly
because I've got a soft spot for Quincy 15.
Over your coach, they're still qualifying for their pitches. Quincy is actually iteming. She's actually had.
Speaking about coaches who are qualified for their pitches, our very own Ukram Ngube finally got hold of him. Jay, ngidlahle phone. Ntshontshela ifoni. How far, Jay? These days I'm busy. I'm sitting for my coaching pages.
And it's nice that those things are back.
Yes, and
for a long time. I think it's 5-6 years. Coaching clinics. Back. And it's good to see former players actually taking it up. It's even when I understand the game.
Yes.
We need more former players. And Lukrazo is doing well, and I'm happy for himself.
Yeah.
Which besides, everything else is up to. Even he's doing business, he's doing this. He's still young.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to see one onjengograzo eselama qualifications akwanisa ukuthi angene kuma structures ama teams la manje.
And also I would like to encourage ama former players ukuthi bengene administratively.
Yeah, nendaba yeOlevo.
Because you know into lezi ezenzakala kuyafuna ukungena abanye abantu abangeke boring because I feel like we need more people abadla ama ex-footballers or abasegamini who have been administering football for the longest of time. Bebe yiba kuma structures.
And in as much as I feel to Rose
she was harsh, man.
Blunt.
She was that's uncalled for.
Yeah, but I think in as much as we feel pain, times it cleans all the but in as much as wakhuluma ngendlela engekho right, but into ayikhuluma right.
It made sense.
There's nothing difficult about ukuhlalela lokhu zeni. Uhlalela what you call it, Olevo. It's awuyangisi. Now the 3 O-levels back in the day, it was not important. If you have got a football pathway, you can take it. But the rest is impilo sihamba academic, bra. Just go and do lokhu zeni. Bala 2. Now shot 3.
Ngezelele.
Supplement. It's not a big issue, man.
Sibakukhipha lo.
Zawukhipha amacala.
Akusela kukhala lo.
Ikhala.
Sowaphuma officially. Akusekho. Ikhala mdala.
Yazi inxeye.
Ikhala andandla abantwana basezikole. Ikhala vela akusekho.
But xa uyiqalise lapho lo kyala.
Hayi ikhala isekho. Ikhala isekho.
Ayisayafunakala.
Hayi ikhala isekho.
Yeah, but still.
So yeah.
Olevo, bra. It's not like it's item.
So
uyabalabala lawa mature entry ezizinto sozazi ngelife. Uyebhala uBible study uyebhala lamalokhuzeni.
Engena amalokhuzeni
angena ama-level start because if they are putting barriers you need to overcome. Angeke sithi khona ngothiwa so le O-level salokhuzi.
So it's very important for ama former players uthi bebe well equipped academically as well as I think I've had this conversation lo Mthulisi ku-episode ekhona wona Mthulisi was ikho ukuthi uthi yena wayezama ukuthi balance between ama-books lebhora. Yeah, he was also trying to encourage even ama-player adlalayo manje ukuthi no, you can try. You know imistake enziwa ama-players yena uhle ekhangele 100% egemini ekhohlwa ukuthi there is life after football.
Yeah.
Yabo?
Even during football.
'Cause andiyabona-
Kranville.
Yes.
Kranville was getting signed by clubs for academy.
You understand?
More than Ibora at says a given point.
Khayela Kadesi what is doing well for his career. Gen 27,
Yeah,
Lama
27,
Perfume,
Ulandani.
Ulan. I think he's also into construction if I'm not
But
mistaken.
Ungakayela he's got a nice qualification.
Yes, good qualification.
He
That
was
is
missing games because he was writing exams.
yeah, and nasty labana.
You can be-
Ikufunayo,
He
yeah.
can be a good player.
At the
and
same
at
time,
ube ngapha, 'cause
uzama
you
ukubalance.
have a balance. Can man, there's this other guy man where Zim was playing in UK. Wala futhi ngomunye wayesayinelwa isikhathi obuyobhunda lapha, I forget what his name was. Uthi mna la wayesayinelwa he had a masters in sports or something at the end of the day. So wayesayinelwa ilokuzeni.
Academics more than
Wayedlala i-Division 1. And he was a very good player. I think he was a striker, I think he was. But he had the same thing, but he was getting jobs
because
and
engimkhumbulayo
signed because of ilokuzeni.
George Mbwando.
Hayi wakhathesi
Oh, wakhathesi.
wakhathesi abafana laba buya khona
Because I know George Mbwando also.
yabo Galway ira yabo Galway le
Oh, the new era.
new era le
Yeah, lawa ma-UK brigade
Yeah,
abanengani they are well equipped academically.
abadala beZimbabwe nje awuhambe esikolo bra
But it's necessary.
because if we do not do that bazathina belivalela phandle
Exactly.
into ezisili njenge Olevu but hayi sina Olevu wechichi akusipani lokuyana.
Speaking about that mdala, sihlezi khaya ama-candidates awezifa sikhulume ngoPeter Ndlovu because I think
Yes, he said yes.
so because ngike ngabona umagaya seqalisile ngwane yabhode ekhuluma lamakhansi kathiwa besegweru umagaya sefake iphamsi
Lapha
isandla.
kobulawayo la.
Sephambisile isandla is running for that. If it's not nxa ngikhangela iyada
Yeah.
how it's run, ngikhangele so far women's football what that guy has done despite everything else.
So the candidate.
Alwana lami if it's not Peter Ndlovu I can vote for Makaya.
Yeah,
Angazi kuwe.
I've been on record before saying to Uwale feels like this young man still is what is like 40. He's an 82 guy. No, it's not. He's an 84 guy. Yeah,
It's 84.
he's an 84 guy. 83, 84. He's a young guy, 40 years old. Yeah, right now he's just one of those guys. So we need younger blood in the game. Fine, he's shown love for the game, and I feel besides him being that, I feel he's got a team. Wakaila, the structure of the heart and the Out Foundation, looking at the infrastructure, even Yama hotels and all that. Even if it's not him, I feel the team around him is
The
great.
ones that are pushing.
Team him supporter. He's got a good
Yes.
support system.
Yes.
I feel Mwamkangela from where he started to now, most of the stuff that is messed up, Abazamu sevens against him and trying to push it
Wakudala.
later. It's from Butala. I feel he has managed to rebrand and come up with a different.
That guy,
setup.
lami bengamunderstand but ngithe ngokubona imsebenzi because imsebenzi mele izikhulumile.
Yeah, I think he's now older, he's now wiser. Lapana he started his things, he was like what, 24, 25.
Wemncane.
It's been a while. Yeah. Now I feel yeah, I'm biased towards him. But I'm looking at the old Cherlano, my sister Tong Ellen. Kule ndawo lapho engichaze khona ku-Twitter bathe hawu Elena uPeter ngi-chairman Elena abe ngulokuzeni abe nguvice
I-team yakho-
wathi hey angifuni uba nguvice womuntu
Ngifuna uba
mina, ngifuna uba ngu-chairman. And I like that.
Former president
Former
wezifo.
president as if.
Uh.
And I like it, and I feel like it's necessary to have people. She's the only registered whatever female. She's the only registered agent internationally foot. And I feel like with how she is and where she's been, I feel like she's supposed to be competent. If I'm looking at her, campaign and the stuff, the bits she has been able to put, and always see but Peter.
Yes, bengifuna sithathe on
Now we have to go.
The flying elephant.
Yeah, in love. Peter, it's a no-brainer, man. Singakaila, how many championships he has with Sundowns. That's top level management. Working for industrialists like who Patrice Msepe. Those guys don't hire random people to take care of their stuff. You're taking care of his prize position.
Exactly.
His best hockey football in
Yes.
Sundowns. You're taking care of the welfare
They're entrusting
of
you.
his players and trusting you with this. And you haven't had issues with anything. Except one day I was about my yellow card. But still, there's nothing you can say is wrong about the way our players at Sundowns, the way they are groomed, the way they are pushed, the way they are taken care of. You need someone who has at least at the bare minimum, welfare my players. At the bare minimum, development. He has been in all his life since he was 16. He has been in a functional economy, in a functional environment,
functional systems.
Functional systems. So you're Coventry, Birmingham. Those are teams which are still there. Sheffield United. Those are teams which are still there with the traditions. Mamelodi Sundowns.
Up to now.
I feel like Peter has the pedigree. And he has played the game at the top level. He has scored a hat-trick at Anfield. The first man to score a hat-trick in Anfield.
That's my number one. That's why I was happy when Samuel Eto'o took over.
What is happening in Cameroon.
Yeah. So if Peter Ndlovu takes over now as Zifa, I'm telling you, bro, things are going to change.
Things will change.
We're going to see changes. And Asila Muntu who's coming in for Imali. Asila Muntu who's coming into flights. I'm going to World Cup. I'm going. You understand? Because you understand all those things that are coming with presidential. Packages. World Cup, AFCON, whatever. Peter, they've been there. They've done that.
We have eating culture. That's a problem.
Exactly what I'm saying. Once we get people, like I'm rooting for Peter. Is my number one. Then Makai is my number two. I feel like those two, they want for the betterment of the game.
Yes.
In Zim. They've got the pedigree.
I think Peter, when it comes to a footballing CV, we are not supposed to be questioning. Actually,
you can't
Peter
question.
I want to be the president of the FA. I feel it's one of those moments where you should go unopposed. Everyone else should stand down.
They must respect the guy.
But which one? Zimbabwe. Peter, you don't ask which one.
Exactly.
Peter Peter
Peter
So I feel everyone else should just step aside the moment Peter is gonna.
I liked what Themba Mlisa said. Themba Mlisa, what if Peter Ndlovu I'm going in we are keeping the candidate.
Yeah, and it makes sense. That's what basically you need to do. That's how much this guy is given for football, man.
Imagine. Imagine.
This guy will land at 12 o'clock. Come
on, guys. Let's get Peter Ndlovu in there.
Who else can say I've done that?
Let's get Peter Ndlovu in there. We need Peter as our president.
Structurally, I feel Peter would do a great job. You need an ambassador person. You need someone who won't walk into the corridors of international football. Exactly. They say this guy scored a trick in Anfield.
Peter won't get any room in the world.
You need that kind
first African to play in the EPL.
You need the face for
football.
Because
we know the guy.
Everyone knows.
You understand? He's the ambassador for Africa.
It's a good time for Peter to be the president.
Peter must be the president.
Why foot? Mutsipe is still the
CAF president. You understand?
And you saw the reputation of Mutsipe. Deficit CAF moved from 46 million to 6 million this year.
Mutsipe is no brainer.
He's moving the business side. He knows the deficit for 6 million. Practically, in business terms, we lost. 46 million. You're supposed to have in a surplus, but from 46 million to 6 million, cutting 40 million, and you have Umuntu Ofumba president who has got the boss
under the wings,
who does this for a living, and this structure the Sana has implemented even as Zifa. Problem is Zifa is problem culture of eating, and the culture of eating then is abona abantu abathanda ukudla.
Upeter ngangena, I think ibhora lama stadiums angaqalisa ukulungiswa into eziningi zingaqalisa ukuflow.
Yeah, ama-systems, it's not a matter of imali, you know that.
We all know
It's not so much
it's no
imali.
priority
If
mdala.
people wanted those stadiums to be fixed, they'll be fixed
They
in the
were
morning.
fixed long time ago.
But
We all know that.
Someone benefits in the chaos, and every time probably me into zethu. If there's chaos, people eat. Speculation, you eat. Ama-tender, but
Eish.
imagine there's a tender ilungisa stadium and it's never been flighted. Then he wants to piece of why. Ama-tenders are tender, bro.
Athandwa.
But nah, man, it's not good. But I feel Upita is the best horse. Definitely the best horse.
For me,
Nah.
it's a no-brainer. For me,
no bias, no nothing.
Peter.
And we didn't even talk about Islanders. Because Civica Peter Islanders, I like 3 seasons. I think.
mdala.
But we're talking about the national cause. I feel
For a national thing, I think very everyone in the country should be rooting for Peter to take over that seat.
opposition.
If
La
ungafuna oppose
Umagaya, Peter says I want to run, let him run.
let him run. They must just support
Rally
the
behind
guy.
him.
Yeah, they must just rally behind him.
Because everyone's in it for different interests, but I feel like, yeah.
I feel Peter and Magaya. I mean, for what Magaya has done, people might have different perspective of the guy, but what he has done solely for football,
Especially women's football.
even men's football. Mtala bringing in the likes of Obokama, Oborusike, it tells a story. Look at Yata is the only team which has got a stadium, a proper running stadium, which is developed and is developing a hotel. You understand? So, it's a story.
Dedication, yeah.
This guy is in it for the development of
For the long run.
For the long run, yeah.
The last guys to build the stadium in Harare were the Kwanzura brothers.
Nini.
Kwanzura Yanin.
Nyanin.
But the black businessmen, they did something.
You understand? So for me, I feel those two is, if it's not Peter, let it be Magaya.
Yeah.
But Peter is my number one.
Yeah, when it comes to analysis. I must also say, I don't feel he has the, what do you call it? I don't feel he has the emotional intelligence right now to push this thing.
Moving on to Southern region. Is it PC Wange? Singenile. I think it's Ngwelo the Mazot. Southern and Eastern is secure. Wangu Mazot is on 64, followed by Tenax, which is on 59. I think. Yeah.
Keeping as the catch 6 points.
Yeah, it's
like 3 games.
I think 5.
How many teams in that?
17.
34, man.
It should be 30. It should be 34.
32.
Not 34.
And that was like women away. So 32 games.
Mm.
When we went up 28.
Yes, 32 games.
So I think it's 4.
Back 20. They've played 27.
27.
Eastern region.
So it
which means 5 games.
It's still a lot of games, man.
Yeah, it's not a lot of games. But I think.
But I'm to change.
But it's not.
Can happen to League Mazose. I always thought Mazose was on like 10, 11 points.
Yeah, they were leading, but they've got a game in hand also.
They
They
lost
a game. They lost one.
So I lose
They've
one.
drawn 7.
Now they've drawn more games.
Yeah,
so they lose 2 points. I'm on 3. Makes sense.
So I think it's ZPC in Southern Reach. ZPC Wange. ZPC Wange coming in. They've qualified.
I'm questioning the wisdom of having 2 ZPC teams in the item. Does it make sense? Aslama Gatesi and you're prioritizing. Hi, come on, Mr. Producer. There's no electricity in the country. Zesa is focusing on non-core business. Let's ZPC carry. There's ZPC one. Why do we need 2 teams ZPC playing in the Premiership? Why can't they match and make one team?
We don't.
And start generating electricity.
We don't. We don't.
I know, man.
Singing my kids.
How my kids, man?
We don't.
It's not necessary.
I'm a priorities over there.
But I understand there's different communities. There are different community teams. Which is okay.
But from one
it's nice to have peripheral and counties having teams.
Even though, but my guy,
doesn't make sense.
It makes sense.
Why can't
this is Zimbabwe Power Company at the end of the day.
If I look to CSC, CSC, all right. So I was playing team foot. Is there some nyati? Ingangena la usasa team is some 3 but singela markets.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Core business. I know just trying to streamline. We need core business. How much does it cost to run a football team?
I think I have a conversation. Hire a ground. i-team ye-camp behole ngeviki
Lamabonus.
ngeviki kuyamele ubuhlukana le mali ezingabo 25-30 ngeviki
Dollars.
25-30K
US.
ngeviki
Rands.
ngeviki
Yeah. But so you see how expensive
That's
football
too much
is.
money.
And ubuhle wayekhuluma ngakho that time.
ngeviki
It's too much money.
it's too much money
And
it's too much money
and izadlala women away.
izadlala uma ndawo iyatravela
Travel.
it's just too much.
Yeah, but anyway, but I understand it's good for in a normal thing it's good for amalokuzela ama communities that.
Yeah, so those are the two tip anganangena Eastern region Mazose, then is ZPC thingy Wange ZPC Wange it's qualify singeni and siluza iwange ngani
Wange
yahamba
yasalile team.
iwange yasalile team kungcono
But eShabani ngokungayila nto lo Platinum Stars engabalwa nto abantu beShabani kuthiwa ukuthi Platinum Stars babe ngelasikhathi sakho lo kuthiwa Platinum Stars ikuligi inxa sebatshintsha these days but labo Acropole babengavumi lo
ewange maybe babe sabo iwange abe ku D1 at the same time
abanye benza amalahla abanye benza amagetsi amalahla amagetsi into one.
There's something that happened over the weekend when I know you had this ama donations
hayi what donate amanzi futhi
imganweni lindlela yancane ama donations
donation ani mina donation yamanzi guys how many companies make water in Bulawayo?
It's a lot, bro.
Partnership, bring us water. Why should we get donations amanzi? Water, fruit juices. Guys, no.
Fruit juices.
Fruit.
Bahambe ama juice. Imganweni chapter.
Ama juice I hope you lupani.
But imganweni chapter, I like what imganweni chapter is doing for Islanders because they the tournament ama juniors.
They're doing core business, a club.
As a chapter.
As a chapter, core business.
Which is, you understand?
Yeah,
because the club is failing. If the club is failing, if they've got chapters
that can do things
that are
for
competent.
I
like what Mkaruni chapter
is. Chapter Sundowns tournament
on behalf of
I'll categorically state this actually. That is very wrong. That is very not necessary. That's not supposed to be happening. But I respect one thing for Machita. They are seeing a deficit, they are plugging it.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I do not like, it dependence syndrome. Especially division, high division, ibuyele impuphu. Kuthiwa abantu emakhaya ngobuyale lokuzeni, kuthiwa uyale lezithupha. Kuthiwa kunomhlangano bobuyale lezithupha lamasaka. Yikho sokufuna ukwenziwa yalendazi. At least I'm not there anymore, man. I'll refuse these donations.
When I was about donations,
no, man. I have to. My job is to do something. Is to make sure the club is well run and well taken care of. When it comes to the hospitality side and everything, it has to be taken care of. I do not need partner. I don't need donations. My donations are once off. Sasage. Sasidlile amanzi lawa ay 24. Sesona thile.
What next?
Asela amanzi sesijayela
Instead
amanzi.
of getting partners.
Sesijayela amanzi. Phambi next week akusela amanzi. Simelele ama donation.
Okay.
Guys,
ungasabuya ngenye donation so we
problem. You need to move away from this high donation. Amachita ami alincane but still I'm against this.
But as you said, babe ukuthi
igap. But we should stand up, man. We should stand up and do better.
Ikubona iDynamos and what time yayalta ama players ebephi imali lapha.
Sunday offering.
But what is paid for it?
Yabona uLothomotho ulenhlanhla yemali nje. Thomotho uDemba mkama.
uDemba Cheng.
Sunday offering so wayenze so muzi. Imali. Babejikela ama wire ama 50
uDemba Cheng.
Yabe nje so isikhipa kule picture yakhe nje so. Kweli imali so ama notes ewabambe so. Sunday offering.
Khalisa udla imali
uScott. Izolo uthole $2,000 uScott for winning game one.
Khalisa udla imali.
Uhlile futhi so it means got what $200 phezulu.
Izolo hlohlile.
Hlohlile uDemba he scored the first goal.
He said on goal is the one scored the first.
Hlohla
kubi. He's back.
Yeah. UDemba is one of the.
But he's been very talented, that boy.
I think is one of the most ridiculously. I don't understand what. Swahambe goal waphendwa. So uDemba.
Wambe isokastan.
UDemba go to Newcastle for trials at 16 or something.
Demba Mkamba.
He's one of the most talented players. After Ungozo, I think you can talk about Demba
Mkamba. Yeah.
That boy is talented, and that's why I think one problem in life at times managing success is the same as managing poverty and all that kind of stuff. You need to manage a certain level of your career. Any responsibility comes down to you. and he's lucky he found his life back at Dynamo's. Things went south and he's finding himself again in Scotland. I hope this time is the last time.
ngudenver lo mfana lo kuthiwa nguking nadolo sebebonke phela
Nadolo
kuScotland
uScotland.
nguye ungumfana
Nhlanhla.
inhlanhla
King Nadolo yini wayithelwana?
King Nadolo.
Kithelwana.
King nadolo athi Highlanders Dana
Highlanders wayevela
ngike vuma umthresa konto ubevela okunye kuyi-team futhi okungani kule something
wabebuye Highlanders.
wabethi Highlanders
Wathi Caves.
wathi Dynamos
Dynamos.
Dynamos ngesikhathi sona lesi Dynamos from Dynamos angikwazi ukuthi wahamba
Hey, Caves
ngaphi wavumbuluka sekusimba athi mfana
Wayekusima phora futhi.
wavumbuluka khathi suke kusimba
Scotland Division 1. Bamsayine futhi I think bamsayine half season or something.
akumuntu kulelayo
I like
khathi sathuri akho
sele akho. Ama players. Faka Benjani umuntu wasuke lokuzeni. Wasuke Jomo Cosmos waye France.
Zurich Switzerland Switzerland from Switzerland wathi France Portsmouth
yes. But Portsmouth Manchester City.
mdala
Awula fortune blind.
abanye abantu balelayo vele life
I like
yiko batsho othemba bona nawo khathi umuntu uzidlela mnandi weScotland
ngazawe njani owayivuka njengoDelmo Jombo kaDelmo Jombo kamba ngeTwinkie
asivale mdala show asivale show
Some fixtures put us. Fixtures this weekend
it's been a great one you can go to asivale some fixtures so what happened bathi besikhulumile siqalisa lapha uthi PSL asadlalwanga because of so the fixtures that we mentioned last week were mentioning them copy and paste ngezi Platinum Stars yebile Bikita eBaobab. These are Saturday fixtures. Saturday 2nd November 2024 PSL Castle Laka Premiership match day 31 Rentals Simba Bora the Capes. What a nice stadium. This is good. Yabona othi nguthi ukuthi iPlatinum ayikaphumi per se.
Still back.
Those games should have been played.
6 points and
yes, those games should have been played. I don't know what could have happened if Platinum could have won. Then Simba is playing Cape United.
Even say what's an eye,
because Cape United is on fire, man.
And right now, the problem there's spotlight on Simba, so people need to see
exactly. And I like Loch Tembo. Loch Tembo got vuming nonsense. Loch Tembo does not take nonsense. What he has been saying, what yes. So this is going to be an interesting game between Simba Bora and Cape United. What's an eye? Bulawayo Chiefs versus Arnera Movers. This is a 6-pointer for Bulawayo Chiefs. This one we're not missing for anything. Saturday. This one we're missing. I'm very meant to go. This one, I'm not very, you know. I don't need to mention. Yes, I don't need to mention. Because Uti Timmy Hamba wins. Yata is playing ZPC Karipa. Is it PC? We have to call.
I saw my donations go to.
There was on a Sunday the 3rd, we've got Chibuku Pirates playing Chicken Inn. It's also a Baobab. We've got Dynamos playing Platinum, Rufaro. Yes. You know, Platinum needs 3 points more.
Yeah, but Dynamos has had 2 bad games.
Dynamos
has had a good run of 6-7 games.
I think strike liner is derailed.
Oh,
their strike, but on a penalty.
But what came from behind?
They came from behind. But sebebulala iform ya wena master, but need to a big team like Dynamos. But a big team like Dynamos, my guy, awumelanga nje struggle
that bad
ukubhadala lama players etense ku strike what.
Ask yourselves why my team amakhulu esihle attract ama sponsors.
You understand? Yeah, that's a topic for another day, but it has to be said. Why are they not?
Why?
Yeah. Then Iwange is almost out, just playing Manica Diamonds. Then Islanders, Green Fuel, APF. These are Sunday fixtures. I think.
It's a miracle still. Which kind of a big screen clubhouse? What you gonna try?
There's a rumor.
How a rumor?
There's a rumor. Island. Who's win? They want to boycott.
How a rumor?
It's happening.
Rumor. Chapter 2. But take what as Ochad, imicha ukuphinda. See.
We need to see what
If
you
you
have
go to the Islanders influencers, abantu abanjengo-Ezra, it's actually led by Ezra actually. But there's Islanders influencers like uNodumo, Babongile. Ngomunye ongathi explain to Babongile. And those guys, I love one thing about them. Uthunga bafana bemzingwane anyway. And
very ngqondweni
njalo. But I like one thing. But ingoma yiyo, and they're saying the same thing. Unodumo is going out guns blazing and is calling it
as you have seen, the first one was a success. I think this one is going to be,
and
I mean, to me,
because I feel like abantu babona while you're fundraising, you raise fine. I don't think it was a fundraising when it was a middle finger to the PSL. And they are repeating it.
And
again.
So I
hear.
So it's confirmed.
It's confirmed. Part 2 is going to happen in Clubhouse again, and the motive is still the same. Nickel finger to the PSL. And Zifa and everything until you fix things. We're not going to the stadium. And now the argument is ubukela my game new weekend or Singapore ngezi ubukele
Chiefs they are
I know that ones the games are a cup
Chibuku
ngezi right
Chibuku Dynamos Manika Diamonds.
Did you see the fans? The worst one was the ngezi I think athi dlalelwa enkomponi
Dynamos layo failed to attract.
The argument is these games are at the doorstep. Yabona yafana ukuthi siyedlalela eLuveve team iLuveve United but
kungabi labantu
izindlu
ze around the ground
because that's what basically Ngezi does. Ngezi ise Mondoro Ngezi khona le pop up there are no people, and Islanders is playing every week in week out, and they have the people our sponsors are there for the fans. They're not there for empty stadiums. If Islanders also shows you empty stadiums, you start having problems. It's an argument which is militant, of course. Boycott, but still it's militant. But I feel like we need to find other avenues. But none of my other avenues are but I understand where it's coming from. I appreciate where it's coming from. But I feel like it's not sustainable, man. At one point, we need to be honest, and something has to keep.
One day I asked this question: if the Islanders fans continue in this run of boycotting matches up to the end of the season or whatever, what picture are they sending, or what message are they sending to the rest of the league?
They're telling you without us.
You understand? Exactly. So, but
it's so infectious. I wonder about BPF for 4 weeks. It's unfortunate, but it's so infectious. It's Zolo. Even did you see the atmosphere? Did you feel the thing? The energy.
It was tense.
It was tense, and it shows what you're gonna. It's not APF. It'll be explosive. Bang on our basic clubhouse. Because when BPF,
it will be worse. That violence thing will erupt.
Not violence essentially, but it's explosive.
No. I'm telling you, if people go to APF and they'll something will give.
But I like those articles.
So a clubhouse go right. Very boldly a clubhouse. Understand?
I like that article still I believe on Saturday when you were saying are the fans worth the trouble? It was
I did not read the chronically. Stan is writing nice articles.
Yeah, he's writing good articles these days. He's questioning the status.
The status quo,
yeah. Is it necessary? Because we cannot have our teams. If it's not Highlanders, it's Dynamos. No, there's 2 seasons. Dynamos, Highlanders post-COVID, even last season. Before COVID, 2019, as the case Highlanders in 4 years. But those 4 years, what with Dynamos?
Causing crowd trouble, yeah.
And our clubs are actually fine. Winning bonus, then we cry foul. It's a good thing. I'm telling you about and saying but it's a good question. In as much as fans have grievances, they still have a responsibility.
Exactly.
But I know. Okay, I'm telling you the article.
Continue writing good pieces back.
For the record, I'm doing 100 articles.
100 articles.
100 personalities.
Wow. And I want to be very show.
Yeah, from 1926 to 2024.
I read the first one. That was interesting.
Founding princes.
That was interesting. S2 angayibali iphume
Last
nini?
year yaphuma Saturday.
Yaphuma Saturday.
Yeah,
I have to
asebala bonkonkozo bani
I have to read this.
Nduma boydlovu yeah umadola yeah.
I have to
Umangwana and my most interesting one ubheka James Mangwana Jr.
James Bangwana.
My favorite era of Ireland.
So is the research.
Ngangadli, yeah, of course.
Nice one.
Yeah, ndazi kaMangwana esingadliwa kangadli.
I lana ayiblind. Enesimaphepha. So on that note, uVan esitshela ukuthi usebhali article chronic. We're ending the show from me, Lovan, Lepenaya, our partners, and the crew behind the scenes.
Le company angifonise yakwe. Le company
Le
ezasinika
companies asinika amanzi, le companies asinika ama-tablet. Show ama-tablet. ukuthi sibesebenzisa amafoni ayisachaya. Ayisachaya. And the crew behind the scenes, Menzi, lo Pepe, Ncube, Mishi, Ugode is missing in action, is MIA. And the crew behind the scenes said, see you next week, guys. After next week, third one. Yeah. See you next week, guys. For as obvious, that's it for this week's show, guys. Bye.